Okay, so we need to go through this review more quickly, okay? These are old stuff, all right? Last time we went over the same base, right? When you multiply same base, add exponent, right? Then divide or subtract exponent next to each other, you multiply the exponents. Sometimes the base has more than one thing. So now you look at number 4, right? You got A and B. They're both inside the brackets, shares the same exponent. So for multiplying on the inside, you can share in, okay? So remember, make a note here, okay, on the top. If it's A plus B, if it's adding on the inside, you cannot share in the exponent, okay? It doesn't equal to A to the T, B to the T, okay? It's only for multiplying or dividing, okay? So if it's subtracting, same thing, okay? You cannot share. Make sure you make a note of that. So if it's dividing, right, on the inside, you could share the exponent to each one of them, okay? So very, very common mistake, even in grade 12, I still see people doing that, okay? Because you see something outside the bracket, you tend to expand. Okay, so over here, so for example, first question A here, inside we have two parts, right? We have -2 and the x. So each of them receive the same exponent. And then for the part that has a base, that's a number, you could simplify it, okay? So -2 times itself again give you 4, so 4x squared. So you simplify to a point that you have a variable, okay? If the base is a variable, you leave it. If the base is a number, you have to simplify. Okay, so you need to check how many things are inside. For question B, you have 2, you have x squared, 2 things. So 2 and the x squared, right? Both of them gets the exponent of 3. But we're not done here, okay? So please simplify this. And Angeline, when you finish this one, please tell me your answer.
Eight x squared 6.
Yeah, very good. Okay, 8 comes from 2 to the 3, right? 2 times 2 times 2. And then the exponent, they are next to each other, so you multiply. 2 times 3 give you 6. Okay. All right, last one, I'll let you guys finish that one up. Okay, so question C, if you finish this expression, please raise your hand. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 things to share with. Okay, if you are done, please raise your hand. Okay, Bernice, what do you have?
I got 25x to the power of 4 divided by 4y squared and z squared.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so you share the square to each one of them. So -5 times itself, right? So negative times negative will become positive. Okay, Wilson, Naomi, and Mackenzie, any questions for this one? Okay, so that's the first two groups, okay? One that has same base, the other one has the same exponents, okay? That you can share. So just remember, you can only share if it's multiply and divide on the inside, right? Next one is the zero exponent, okay? When you have a base to the exponent of 0, it will equal to 1. But remember, the base can never be 0, okay? Base cannot equal to 0. Okay, so question A and B, very similar, right? They all have the same numbers. The difference is one has a bracket, the other one doesn't. All right, I'm gonna not going to explain anything here. Let you try it first. Okay, you think about what difference does it make to the two answers. Okay, yeah, you can raise your hand when you're done, these two answers. Answers are different, okay? Okay, Isabella, what's your answer for A?
Is it 1?
1, like that?
Mm.
Okay. What about your answer for B?
Negative 2x.
-2x. Okay. And Aaron, what about you?
For A, I got -1.
Yeah, same for A. I also got -1.
And Aaron, what about B?
For B, I'm still like a bit confused. I feel like it has to be like -1, but like
Okay.
I'll say -1 for now.
But should be different. I already said right. Should be different, the two.
Oh, different. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Think about that. So
Is it
Wilson, you were
-2?
yeah.
I have the answer for B, I think.
You have
Is it?
what?
I got -2 for B.
Okay. You're -2. What do you think, Tony?
I got the first answer, -1,
And second one?
and -2.
Okay, so let's go over, okay? So the key part is the brackets, right? So, and then you want to, with the brackets, you can see which ones the exponent is affecting. So you need to identify what's the base for the exponent. For the question A, the exponent is 0. The base is this whole thing, 2x, because they are wrapped together. Okay, so 2x to the 0 will become 1. So the negative at the front, it just doesn't go away. Okay, so the red part becomes 1. And then the negative just stays at the front. Okay, so you need to identify where is the base for the exponent. Okay, this part is the base. The negative is not part of the base, so it never disappears. Okay, so same thing for question B. Which part is the base? Aaron.
The base, is it x?
Yeah,
'Cause
only the
like,
x.
yeah, it's the power of 0.
Yeah, okay. So for question B, exponent is still 0, right? But then the base for that exponent is only x. So the -2 is not attached to it, okay? So -2 is just there all the time. It won't be affected. Okay, so the steps for this one will be -2 times 1. Okay, x to the 0 will become 1. So at the end, you end up with -2. Okay, so the trick is to identify where's the base. Okay, the bracket means they are together. If no brackets, only the part that's next to the exponent is your base. Okay, I hope that's clear. Okay, next one, you also learned the negative exponent rule probably in grade 9 or grade 10, right? So basically what it does is to move it to the other side of the fraction. Okay, so for example, like question A, 2 to the -3, this one right now is in the numerator. Okay, like 2 to the -3, you can think of it as 2 to the -3 over 1, right? So this is in the numerator. So move to the other side and you make the exponent positive. You change the sign. Used to be negative, become positive. Okay, and then the top is 1. I'll give you 1 over 8. Okay, if they ask you to evaluate. So how come you would do that? Why does a negative exponent make it move to the other side? So here I have a list. On the left side, I have a list of exponents, right? To help you see the pattern. So for example, I start with 2 to the 3, it will be 2 times 2 times 2, right? Give you 8. If I reduce the exponent, right, make it become 2, then that means you have 1 less 2 to multiply, right? So that gives you 4. Okay, I do the same thing. I reduce it down to 1. So that means there's only 1, right? So just 2. So each time I reduce the exponent, you need to divide by 2. Divide by 2. Okay, so that's the meaning of reducing the exponent. You're dividing the 2 away each time. Okay, so if I drop one more time, that means I will need to divide by 2 again. 2 divided by 2, that gives you 1. Right? 2 divided by 2. Now, reaching to negative, right? Because I drop another step, right? Going down by 1. So that will give you 1 divided by 2. So 1 over 2. Right? I go down to -2. So that's another step down. So that means I have another 2 at the bottom. I need to divide by 2 again. So I'll give you 1 over 4. Okay, so same idea. 2 to the -3. That means the bottom part has 3 2s. Okay, so 1 over 8. And then for question B, this is in the denominator already, right? This is in the denominator. So you need to make it flip to the other side. The 3 does not have exponent, okay? The numerator doesn't have exponent, so that one will stay there. So 3 just waiting on the top, and the bottom goes up 2 to the 3. Okay, but if you want to do it slowly, right? Slowly, you could use what you got before, 3 over 1 over 2q. Okay, this part is this part. This is from question A, right? 2 to the negative 3. And then this is the same as dividing by 1 over 2 to the 3. When you divide by a fraction, you need to flip it, right? Flip the second one. This one need to flip. Okay. So that's why it turns into that. But we don't want to do it like this all the time. It takes too long, okay? So you just go straight to here. So if the denominator has negative exponent, it goes up. If the numerator has negative exponent, it goes down, okay? So you just switch sides. So these two are the basic examples, okay? The rest of them is just based on these two rules, okay? So you identify whether it's on the top or bottom, then you switch sides. Okay, can you raise your hand if you got the notes up to here? Oh, and of course, if you multiply those two, that will give you 24, okay? If they ask you to evaluate. Any questions on how to manipulate the negative exponents? Okay, how to make it positive? Okay, most of the time they'll say, please change to positive exponents. Okay, so then you need to switch sides. All right, so I'm gonna let you guys try questions C and D. All right, so turn those two into positive exponents, rewrite it as positive exponents, and then evaluate. Okay, evaluate means you don't have exponents in your final answer. Okay, I'll write this down. This is evaluate. Okay, this is to write it as positive exponent. Yeah, Shania. Okay, so please raise your hand if you finish C and D. Question D, you might need to think about rule number 5, okay? The exponent law number 5, the sharing. Okay, remember to raise your hand if you're done. Okay, Henry, can you tell us what's the positive exponent look like for question C?
So it should look like 1, oh, sorry, So don't you just flip it when both when there's
Yeah.
two?
Yeah, there was
So-
swap place, yes.
So then it would be 2 to the power of 3 divided by 3 to the power of 2.
Yes, very good. Okay. Yeah, so you don't need to write it as 1 over something. Okay, they both have negative, so they just swap.
And then the final answer is
Yep.
8 divided by 9.
Okay, very good. Okay, so if they want you to evaluate, then you go one more step. Okay, if you are done, please raise your hand. Question D. Okay, Mackenzie, do you have any trouble? Mackenzie, are you there? I cannot hear you. Okay, Mackenzie, can you turn your mic on? Yeah, do you? Yeah, okay, I can hear you now. Are you done with question D?
No.
Okay, do you need any help?
Almost done.
Okay, let me know when you're finished, okay?
Okay.
Hear from you.
Casey.
Yep.
I'm a bit stuck.
Okay, did you do anything so far?
I just do 2 to the power of -3 over 3 to the power of -3.
Very good. Okay, so you share in the exponent, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now they both have negative exponents, so it's kind of similar to question C, right?
Do I do flip the base or no?
Yeah, you grab the whole thing to the other side.
Okay.
So on the top, what will be on the top now?
3
To the
-3.
3 now. Once you flip it over, you change to positive. Okay.
Okay. 2 over 3.
2.
2 to the power of 3.
Very good. Okay, so you just swap the position, right? And then continue, evaluate.
9 over 8.
Are you sure it's 9?
Oh, yeah, 27 over 8.
Yes, very good. Okay, 27 weight. Okay, so be careful.
Do I have to
Yeah.
do I have to like make to a mixed fraction or just leave like this?
You can just leave it like that, okay? But if it's possible to reduce, then you reduce it, okay? Otherwise, leave it like this is okay.
Okay.
Okay, very good. So that's everything up to here. Should be a review, right? You should have seen these laws before, okay? In grade 11, we have another one, okay, which we'll learn later. So on the next page, okay, Tony, do you have any questions so far? Tony?
Nope.
Okay, so let's look at next page. There are quite a few questions. We won't be able to do all of them. I'll just select a few of them. Some of the longer ones, okay, for you to try, right? So this part, it says simplify, right? Leave the expression with positive exponents. So if there's any negative exponent, you have to make it positive, right? So that's I'll just circle them, okay? And then I'll ask some of you to do it on the screen, okay? Question M O. Okay. Okay, we'll do these ones first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 8 questions. You can circle those on your paper, right? And work on those. Okay, we'll do these 8. So I'll give you about 8 minutes then. Okay, we'll start going over them at 2:26. If any part that you are not sure if you're not doing it, if you are doing well or not, right? Let me know. I can check. Okay, if you are done with these 8 questions, you can raise your hand. Okay, 2 more minutes. I think half of you are done already. So what you would like to learn from these examples and today's example is to know when to stop, right? What kind of answer you should leave it at. Sometimes you don't know how far you need to go, right? Whether it's simplified enough. So this is what you want to learn from here. And also from next page too, right? Sometimes you're just one step away from the final answer. Okay, so I'll be writing names on the questions, okay? And then you can start writing your answer, just the final answer. You don't need to write the steps, okay? Write the answer on the screen. If you see the name on the screen, you can start writing your answer out. Okay, don't worry if it's right or wrong. Oh. Remote control, okay. Yeah, pretty hard to write with the mouse, I guess. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know why you need to get control of my screen because when you are writing, I cannot do anything. Okay. And then next one, let's have Wilson do this one, and then Isabella, Tony. Okay, Mackenzie. And Jenny. Okay, so please fill in your answers. How do you write on the board? Okay, there should be a function called the annotate. Yeah, or like Wilson, he's able to type it in, right? Yeah, you can either write it or type, I think. Can you find it, Isabella?
Oh, yeah, I found it.
Okay, where did you find it?
Options. Mine says view options and then it says
Options.
annotate there.
Okay. Are we all done? The answers, input? Okay, let's go over them. Okay, Isabella, are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we'll go over the steps. Okay, is there anyone like getting different answers that you want to add it in? Okay, let's look at the first one. Okay, I'll be using red, okay, to show the answer. So question H, you just share, right? Using our same exponent rule. This one should be no problem. So you get 3 square a square b square, and that will give you the answer there. Okay, this is correct. Very good. Next one, the exponent of 4 can share in, because inside you have multiply and divide, right? Multiply and divide, you can share. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, it's who is this? Who wrote the 81?
I wrote it.
Okay. Yeah. So it goes in, right? Goes into all 4 of them. Okay. So 2 to the 4, I'll write it on the side. 2 to the 4, 3 to the 4, x to the 4, y to the 4. So 2 to the 4 is 16. 3 to the 4 should be 81. Okay, not 27.
Jason, I think you made a mistake. The
Yeah.
y is supposed to be a 4.
Thank you. Yes, I just saw it. Thank you, Tony. Okay. Yeah, 16 over 81, x to the 4, y to the 4. Okay. And question K. Question K, you have x squared. Okay. This one, yeah, the final answer is right. Okay. Just the steps, I want to be sure. Okay. The bottom has an exponent, has a bracket, right? Negative x to the 3. So if you are showing the steps, then first thing will be negative, and the 3 will share in with the negative 1, because negative is a negative 1. Okay, and then you have negative x to the 5. Negative 1 times itself 3 times is still negative x to the 3. And now the negative and negative, they divide each other, makes it positive, and then x to the 5 divided by x to the 3 will give you x squared. Okay, so you'll end up with the same answer there. Okay, just make sure your steps are correct. Okay, and then this one, question M. Question M is a little bit tricky. Okay, I'll show the step on the side. They are dividing, right? So exponent, they should subtract each other. So it'll be 2x plus y subtract x minus y, right? But the tricky part is you need to take the exponent on the top, subtract the exponent at the bottom. Okay, it's using the, I think it's the second rule, okay, of the same base. Subtract the exponent. Okay, and then now the 7 stay there. 2x subtract x give you x, and then y subtract negative y actually become plus y. So it should be x plus 2y, okay, instead of x minus 2y. So that's why I picked this question, okay? It has a subtraction. You have to watch out for the signs. Okay, for question O, there's an exponent on the outside, right? So of course you can share in to both. You can do that, but if I were to do this question, I would simplify the inside first. Because inside you have same base, okay? Ignore the 2 on the outside for now. So if you simplify the inside, it'll be 2a subtract a, that give you 1a. Okay, -4 subtract -6 give you +2. And then outside you have a 2. This exponent on the outside can multiply with the exponent on the inside. This is using the third law, okay? The third rule. Multiply the exponent, okay? So you should end up with 3 to the 2a plus 4. Okay, do we have any questions so far? I think question M, question O, okay, are the harder ones, right? Out of these 8. Okay, and then L, okay, L is a negative exponent, right? So you got to make it flip over, -3 to the 4, and then goes to 1/81. This one is not too bad, right? Okay, yeah, this one is good too, okay? You did the show the step, okay? You flip the inside 1/5 and then square and then become 1/25. Very good. This one is like the example we did before, right? They flip around, okay? 16/81. Okay. So let's have a break, okay? After the break, we'll be doing the next page. So I will see you at what? 2:50 then, okay? 2:50.